Hello everyone and welcome back to Citrus and Mango. Today I'll be sharing my recipe for Khao Suey. Khao Suey is a Burmese coconut noodle soup dish, and it is definitely a more recent discovery for me, but I really think I'm in love. It is absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get into the recipe. As always, the full recipe will be on my blog, which is linked below if you'd like to print it or take a look at the ingredients. And so we'll start off by making some of the toppings for Khau Suey. So as you saw, Khau Suey is typically served with an assortment of toppings. And I like to make a couple of them fresh. The two that I like to make fresh are fried garlic and fried onion. And so what I've done is in the pan that I'm later going to use to make my vegetable coconut mixture for the soup, I'm first taking quite a bit of oil in the pan just to be able to cover the bottom, and to it I added about 4 cloves of garlic. Now the garlic needs to be added to the oil when the oil is still cold so that they can heat up together and so that the garlic doesn't burn before it completely cooks through. And once we're done and the garlic looks golden brown, we can take it off and drain it on some paper towels. And to the same oil, I'm going to add some sliced onion, and we're going to fry these off again until they're golden brown, exactly the same as the garlic. And so a little story as to how I heard about Khau Suey. So I was actually getting ready on my wedding day. My makeup artist was doing my hair and makeup, and he was telling me how he was going to go back to his hometown and throw a Khau Suey party. Sort of a DIY bar with a variety of noodles and broths and meats and vegetables, and obviously an assortment of toppings. I mean, it sounded like an absolute feast and such a fun concept. And so once all the wedding madness was over, I came back and looked it up for myself and gave it a shot, and it was absolutely delicious. Anyway, back to the recipe. So as you can see, I've taken out sort of most of the oil that we use to fry our onions and garlics, and you can use that in another recipe or just throw it away, whatever you prefer. And to that I added 1 Thai green chili and 1 dried red chili, a tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste, some scallions. Now we're going to start adding our vegetables. So you can use meat or vegetables or both in this recipe. I'm going to keep this vegetarian. And I think it's a really simple concept in that the vegetables that take the longest to cook, you would add them first. So I've sort of taken this assortment of vegetables, some broccoli, some edamame, some sweet corn, and some shredded carrots. And so we can add them in here and give them a stir and let them fry off for about a minute. And then we'll proceed to add some of our seasonings. So obviously some salt, some turmeric, and some coriander powder. And so once we've added in our seasonings, we're going to let this fry off for about a minute or so, and then go ahead and add our coconut milk. So I'm using a can of full-fat coconut milk here. Feel free to use fresh coconut milk if that's what you like and that's what you have on hand. And to this, we're going to go ahead and add a few more flavors. So I've added a couple teaspoons of sugar here, as well as some soy sauce and some lemon juice. Apart from that, we're going to just add in some water, so about half of the can of coconut milk that we used, and let this boil until all the vegetables are cooked through. Now the flavorings in this broth really vary depending on regions. So as I mentioned, this dish originated in Burma, but many countries across Southeast Asia have sort of made their own versions of it, and so it's definitely very popular in India and Pakistan and Thailand. And so the flavorings really vary depending on which version of it you're going to make. Other flavorings that I've seen used in this are fish sauce or lemongrass, so if you do try those out, let me know. So as you can see here, we're going to serve this with a whole bunch of toppings. And so going from left to right here, I have some chopped cilantro, some crushed peanuts, some red pepper flakes, our fried garlic that we made earlier, some chopped scallions, our fried onions, and some lemon wedges. Other toppings that are really popular with this dish are hard-boiled eggs or even some fried noodles. So if you try those out, let me know. And so we're going to go ahead here and assemble a plate. So to our plate, we're first going to add a portion of noodles. I have some egg noodles here that I've just cooked according to the packet instructions, and we're going to top that with a few ladlefuls of our gorgeous golden coconut and vegetable mixture. And once we have that, that's sort of our base, we can just add any toppings that we like to it, and it's kind of ready. So it comes together in absolutely no time. The fried onions and the fried garlic here are probably my favorite toppings. When you're taking a little bit of the noodles with the broth, you get this sort of pop of sweetness from the onion and the garlic, which is absolutely delicious. You can obviously use store-bought versions of these condiments if you'd like, but making them is super easy and just takes a few minutes, and it tastes excellent. So I highly encourage you to make them yourself. Now, if you like my channel and you like this recipe, please do share it with your friends and family. If you try it out, please do let me know. I'd love to hear your experience. And please do subscribe to my channel for plenty more recipes like this. Thank you so much.